Hi, welcome to my channel, Budget Audio Review. Now, this is a little bit of an update for my subscribers really, but if you wandered over here by mistake and want to know what's happening with these free amplifiers, don't worry, I'm going to tell you about that as well. But like I say, it's a bit more of an update for my regular subscribers, and if you haven't already subscribed, you know, I don't usually come along and say, oh, please subscribe, please subscribe. I know a lot of people put up these little graphics and that and mention it in the video. I don't mention it at all really. I don't think I've hardly mentioned it out of the 200 odd videos I put up there. I think I may have mentioned it once or twice, if that. But I'm kind of not begging you, but I'm, bear it in mind, please consider subscribing because it really does help the channel. And the reason I'm saying that also is that I've had a few thumbs down, and one particular bloke, he knows who he is, giving me thumbs down because the cables are not tidy. When I'm doing these video shoots, the cables are not that tidy, so it's a thumbs down. I mean, when I'm getting, just a few thumbs up, not many thumbs up, then thumbs down do kind of counterbalance things. So I mean, if you've come over here or a regular person and you don't usually do the thumbs up, please consider just that little one click if you think it's worthy of that. Of course, it's your own opinion. But anyway, today I'm going to also tell you a mistake I made as well. I'm going to own up to something as well. But what I'm going to do first of all is just tell you what I'm going to do with these free amplifiers. I've got an A3020 which I bought off of eBay. I've got an A60, a Cambridge A60, which was donated to the channel by Mike at Racing Demon, I think it is. I've got a link down below to his channel, so thank you, Mike, because that's really helped me here, to be honest with you, because this is free amplifiers that in their day was quite highly well regarded. And if you go to an English company, magazine company called What HiFi, all three of these in the What HiFi, amps kind of thing, they're highly recommended amps at that time, obviously for a budget, etc, etc. And the last one is the Audiolab 8000A. So three iconic amplifiers really, and like I say, thanks to Mike, I've got all three of them now because I only had two a little while ago, and I was going to do a little shootout between the two, kind of thing, a little comparison, shall we say. But now I've got three, that's even better, it's fantastic, so we can do all three of them and come to my conclusions. And don't forget, it's only my conclusion of maybe what I think these sound like. I mean, it's always best to, anything you're buying, speakers, amplifiers, receivers, to go and try and get a listen to it for yourself in your house as well is even better, with your speakers, all that kind of matching going on, so you're going to get a better idea of the sounds you particularly like. But I'm going to tell you what I like and how I thought they come across, so it may be some help to some people. I'm going to put some demo tracks. There's going to be plenty of demo tracks coming now, I'm afraid. So these people don't like these demo tracks, you haven't got to watch them, have you? Just skip and forget about them, and hopefully I'll come back with something else you may be interested in. But I know there is some people, and they don't watch it for long, 50 seconds, a minute, something like that, but it may just give you an idea how one sounds against another. So I'm going to have all three of them against each other, three different sets of speakers, and I'm going to have four different tracks. The tracks may not be to everyone's taste, well, but may give you some kind of idea, maybe a segment in that track that you can kind of relate to and the kind of music you like, and maybe I'll get an idea of maybe, with my limited sound equipment, quality-wise, etc., through YouTube's compression and all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure it does, it gives you some kind of idea. I'm sure you can tell a bad sounding amplifier, a bad sounding pair of speakers from a good one, but may not be able to get the full picture, if you know what I mean. But anyway, we're going to have a little shootout between all three of these. But before we do that, I posted 3 videos recently. I don't know what to say, I honestly don't. Yeah, I posted 3 videos, and I made a little bit of a mistake, and I'm going to have to own up to it because it's a bit unfair, because people come and watch them videos. So I've not got thousands upon thousands of hits, but my regular subscribers come over, and obviously 1 or 2 wander over there as well. And if you're buying an amplifier or a pair of speakers, you may be listening to that demo thinking, it's no good, I'll leave them, they're no good. Or you may think that's pretty good, and I'll put that on my shortlist and try and get a demo of it myself and make my mind up kind of thing. Like I say, Mike, give me this amplifier here, and it's the first one I had with a DIN socket on the back, the first amplifier I got with a DIN socket, and Mike supplied me with the DIN cable as well, so I don't have to worry about trying to find a DIN lead or anything like that. So I was already set up to go. So I thought I'd do 3 little sound tests. I think the Mission LX1 speakers, had a 3 speaker shootout kind of thing with it, and I've done another video, but it's the last 3 videos are stuck up there, which were all on this A60 amplifier. Now I plugged this in the back, plugged the speakers in, etc. And I was kind of fiddling around, and I plugged this in an auxiliary socket. I plugged this in, which is a bit unlucky really. Of the sockets to choose, I had to decide to choose that one, because if I would have picked the tape socket, I may have realised a bit quicker, and if I had definitely picked the tuner input, I would have realised straight away that I've made a mistake. So what I did is that I plugged this in the back, and I've also, kind of like DIN to phono converter kind of thing. So these were sticking out the back, so I put it on auxiliary, just turned it up just a tad. My CD player was plugged in, and just poking them in the back, and of course it's going to be left and right as soon as I get the left one, rather than looking up or checking or anything like that. When the left one comes up, I know it's in the left channel. When the right one comes in, it comes up at the right speaker. I know I've got it the right way around, and if I poked them in the wrong way around, like this R for right and the white would be left. And if I plugged the left into, say, the right input, then the left sound would be coming out the right speaker, so I know that would be wrong. So I'd find the right input. Then I go, oh yeah, the left sound's coming out the left speaker, that's fine, then just do the other lead until the other speaker springs into action. I'm set up, I'm ready to go. I'll do my recording. Now to do the recording, it's just got to tell you a little thing. I'll set up I'll take a picture. I used to video it, but I can't see the point of having a video because nothing's happening in the video, so I'll just take a picture. Nothing to see, not maybe a shadow or something like that, nothing exciting. So a picture does the job, saves me rolling the camera for like 10 minutes or so or whatever. I'll set up my little tripod with my little recording unit on there, set up speaker, and I'll kind of sit down and wait for it to finish. I don't want to get in the way of anything like that, any reflections or walk past or anything like that. I'll go right out of the way, sit down the other end of the room, wait for it to come up, come bombing down, turn it back down, do the next recording, etc. I don't really pay a lot of attention to it, to be honest with you. So it wasn't to actually done these, I sat down, done all these amplifiers, done recordings in 4 tracks, 3 different sets of speakers. I thought, let's sit down and listen to them now. And I haven't listened to these completely yet, so I'm not going to give an opinion yet, which one I think is top, which one I think is bottom, or value for money, all that kind of stuff. I'll cover that in a video after I've done all these sound tests, after I put all them videos up. I'll come back with one, with my opinion, for what it's worth anyway. So yeah, I'm sitting down, listening to the amplifiers, and get me first little run of them all kind of thing. Come to the A60, sat down, and I'm in my position. I like to get in that little sweet spot position. I do wander down the other end of the room because it's good, you're not all going to be sitting in that sweet spot, so you want a kind of variety of in the room, how they sound, all that kind of stuff. In my sweet spot, I always start there. I'm sitting there and I think, don't sound right, there's something wrong here. What's wrong with all the instruments? In that sound stage, where I played quite a lot of different records. I know where things are coming in, whereabouts they should be, if one amplifier is slightly out, all that kind of stuff. And as long as you're in a reasonable position where it should be, like for instance, sometimes the vocals are dead centre, sometimes they're just slightly off. Same with the piano, drums and that, whereabouts they're going to appear in the sound stage. On the A60, there was, what's happened? When they're gone, they're not in the right place. I was getting the piano right over towards the left-hand side when it should be towards the right hand side. I think, what's happening here? And then it's kind of squashed up in one corner and all that kind of stuff, and I thought it doesn't sound right. So I'm checking things, checking my speakers, checked everything. I think something's wrong here. Like check me, plug them in left and right. Yeah, they're both in there. So something's wrong. Then I've done the balance. Then I thought myself, well, this left hand speaker seems higher than the right hand speaker. It seems to be a little bit of a difference here. It doesn't seem so loud. Something's wrong. So this is when I rechecked this lead. So I took the right out, the lower channel out, and just just didn't have the amp too loud, but loud enough to hear it, and just started prodding it in the other 2 spare ones, and then suddenly it come to life in both of them. It kind of like made a difference. Obviously more so on the right hand channel. And what it is, this here is wired up. Now I didn't know this is wired up. If I just stick the diagram up on the screen now. Okay, so there's the diagram, and if you look in the bottom right hand corner, it says serial numbers, where are we, 3981 is that to 13248, but it's actually all models. These DINs are wired up like this. And as you can see, the tuner, if we go to the far left, down the bottom there, the tuner has got pin 3 and 5, that's your left and right, from the tuner to the tuner switch, that's your tuner, to select it. You've got your auxiliary, and you notice 3 and 5 are wired up, but 1 and 4 are also wired up there through an 100k resistor, which comes down to the tape. Should we call it? It's the output going to the tape. So it would actually be an output from this amplifier. Like if you was using, if I say for instance, you was using the tape DIN plug or tape on your particular amplifier, where you've got 4 phono sockets, left and right, 2 for left. It's 2, which is left and right for the input, 2, which will be left and right for the output. Now this DIN socket's wired up exactly the same kind of way. It's a left and right input and a left and right output. So if you wanted to play something on, say, the auxiliary, and you wanted to record it to your tape, you could do you select the auxiliary, but the output would go to the tape, so you could tape it. So this is wired up like that. But the thing is, even though it's not exactly the same, this auxiliary is wired up similar to the tape DIN plug, similar. Like there's a difference because them 2 100k resistors are in there. And I take it that this was this come out in 1982 or thereabouts. I think maybe it actually come out about 79, something like that anyway, around them kind of years. That, you know, people were maybe using 2 tape recorders here, they're maybe using a reel-to-reel as well as a compact cassette or something like that. So that auxiliary would nearly, you could kind of say, it kind of doubles up as another tape input, though you haven't got a tape monitor button on the front of the unit, nothing like that, but it kind of like wide up-ish like that. So yeah, if I'd have actually picked a tuner, I would have had that problem, because I'd have either picked a tuner, I would have plugged this in the tuner, I would have done my stepping in the dark, putting the left one in until the left channel come out, and that would have been the white connector here. And I would have done exactly the same, and that would have been the red connector here for the right channel. Where before I had the white connector connected for the left, but unfortunately for the right, I put it in the yellow and it sprung into life, and I thought, that's it, you know, it's working. Didn't think much else of it. Didn't sit there and checked it out or anything like that. The sound was coming out, and you know, I was happy, ready to go, kind of thing. But that's actually on the output of that DIN socket, and they say it's on the output, so that could actually register, but it does, because if you follow that 100k resistor, it actually goes into the input. So yeah, so there is a difference, and the difference is roughly 2 dB. There's a 2 BD drop on that yellow input, on that yellow lead, should I say, which is the output actually. So yeah, on the right hand channel of them 3 recordings, that speaker is actually around about 2 dB less than what it should do. So obviously that's not right. And obviously throwing that sound stage out a bit as well, to the extent where instruments are not supposed to be where they are, and obviously you're getting some, you know, energy notes or bass, etc. It's not going to, you know, it's the same as that speaker or something like that, or even both speakers driving the bass. One's going to be 2 dB less than the other, and it's not going to give the full effect. So I do apologise, you know, I hold my hands up, I made a mistake there. First time I noticed it on an amp like this, so I will be careful next time if I ever get another amp with a DIN socket in, because it's an easy mistake to make maybe. Like I say, if I picked the tuner, I probably would have realised straight away. And if I picked the tape, I probably would have realised, because I've actually pressed the tape monitor in to get it into action. Then obviously one channel would have come out. But anyway, I've made the mistake. So I've got 3 videos on there that you know, a lot of my subscribers have gone to watch. It isn't correct, and I don't know what to do really, because you've all come on there and commented on there as well, etc., which is great. I love a comment, you know what I mean. I'll try and reply to as many as possible. But I'm getting more and more now, and also getting a little bit of fault finding on previous videos that I'll try and help out as well. You know, bits and pieces that I'll try and help out, which ain't always easy, but sometimes it kind of works. So I apologise for that. I don't know whether to just leave them up there and put a little footnote that the left hand channel is 2 dB higher, or the right hand channel is 2 dB lower than what it should be, or just delete them 3 videos. I don't really know what to do. So any suggestions, maybe put them in the comments down below. But you know, I apologise for that. We all make mistakes. It's just one of them things, I think. But I've got it right this time now. Just to make you maybe feel a little bit better if you actually took time to leave a comment there and thinking, oh, what bloody comment down there, Mick, you're wasting my time. I really do apologise for that. But I actually made a mistake, and I've sat through here. I've done 3 sets of speakers and 4 different tracks on this amplifier. Then I realised the mistake, what had happened, after I actually sat down and started listening to them properly. So I wasted a good couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, doing it for nothing, then another 2 or 3 hours doing them tracks again. So you know, it has cost me personally a little bit of time as well, especially when I put this little temperature thing here. You must think, what's all that about? It has been absolutely baking today. It's been, I mean, I've got the windows open now a bit, but obviously to do the recordings and that, I've had to close the windows, and this was just over 30 degrees earlier, so it's quite hot here at the moment. So I've gone through it today, but hopefully you know, it's going to be all okay and be worthwhile when I actually start sticking these tracks up there. So what's coming next is them tracks. There's going to be quite a lot of them. You're going to get really, really bored. I'm sorry about that, but it may help someone somewhere, a little bit of interest maybe. Then I'm going to come back after probably another week, give myself plenty of time to listen to these 3 amplifiers and come to my conclusion for what it's worth. So until then, I apologise once more for them 3 muck-ups, and say thank you to everyone that does bother subscribing and leaving comments. That's really important. And don't forget that thumbs up really, really does help the channel as well. Gets rid of them people that worry too much about wires with a thumbs down. Okay, to the next video. I'll see you all later, and that's it. Thank you.